Hello, my name is Heather Swanson, and this is my mini lecture for Communications 101. And the 6 concepts that I'm going to discuss come from Chapter 5, which is the Listening and Responding chapter. And I'm going to specifically discuss the How We Listen section. So in the How We Listen section, there are concepts including hearing versus listening, selecting, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. So for hearing versus listening, hearing is the physiological process of sounds and noises entering our ear. So it's an automatic process. We don't have to think about it. We just hear everything that's going on around us. And then for listening, that's a more complex process. So that's when we receive the information and then we determine what we're listening to, what the message is, and then trying to understand it. So the next concept is selecting. So when we hear something, or a bunch of things, selecting is when we choose to focus in on one of the sounds or the messages that are going into our ear. So like right now I hear the cat, I hear the fan, I hear people walking upstairs, I hear other noises in my apartment. And so right now I really have to focus on and select the intrapersonal communication that's going on in my mind. That way I can focus on this mini lecture. And so when I select my intrapersonal communication, my words in my head, then I really need to attend to them. I really need to just totally focus on what I'm thinking about and thinking about what I'm going to say, and just ignore everything else, all the other noises that are around me. And the next step is understanding. So I really need to understand the messages that I'm listening to. Because when the sound comes in, then I need to really think about it and process it and determine what the message means. And then I also have to try to relate to my life. Relate that message to me and what's going on. So like all the information I've been learning in communications, including understanding, I have to relate it to this very moment so that I understand what I'm doing. And then the next step after that is remembering. So I need to be able to remember everything that I've been taking in and everything I'm understanding. And so for remembering, that is the ability to recall information. So whether it just be information and messages that I've really been focused on and attending to, or dramatic events and messages that have gone into my ear. So for example, I remember where I was September 11th, driving to work, and I remember how I felt and all of that. However, like if it's for my kids and I'm busy working on homework and they come up and they don't have my attention and they ask me to get them something, and then the next day they say, "Hey Mom, do you remember I asked you to get that library book for me?" And then I'll say, "No honey, I'm sorry, because I wasn't listening. I heard you, I was hearing you, but I didn't listen, I didn't understand, so I didn't remember." And then responding is the last concept and the last step. And with responding, that's acknowledging. So when I say to my kids, "I'm so sorry, I didn't hear you. Actually, I heard your voices, but I didn't listen." Then that's responding. So I'm acknowledging, and I'm using my words, and I'm nodding, and I've got eye contact. And so they know that I'm understanding and I'm not ignoring them. So again, those concepts are hearing versus listening, selecting, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. And if you need any more information on those concepts, they are in Chapter 5 of the Communication Studies textbook that was specifically published for Tacoma Community College. Thank you.